Hi, this is Gabriel from Task Sensor again, and today I want to talk to you about Special Sprints Control. Task Sensor revolutionizes the way you handle milestones and sprints. Imagine your timeline as a combination of milestones, an endless space where you can handle your tasks ahead of time. Our system automatically handles the worst disruptions for you with automated reports that help you see what's going on without having to go and manually adjust tasks to new sprints. Task Sensor recommends only keeping timeline items that are workable and estimated, with every other item moved to isolated backlogs that don't affect your timeline. In my timeline, I have a 2-week sprint that starts on June 10 and ends on June 23rd. In Task Sensor, a task is considered part of the sprint if that task start date is inside the sprint interval. When you create a new task, change the task start date, or shift the task to a different place, the system will detect the task start date and automatically set which sprint that task is in. Let's create a task for one of our users. We'll click the plus button, select Add Task, and give this task a name, type, and priority. We'll estimate this task will take 5 hours and assign it to Jules. As you can see, this task start date is inside the June 10 to June 23rd sprint interval. When I open the task view, in the sprint section, we can see which sprint this is a part of. Sprints work closely with our auto adjustment tool. When there are changes in your timeline, Task Sensor can detect those changes and assign a sprint to that task automatically. Here we have an unassigned task called F5. It needs to be worked on urgently, so we'll take this task and assign it to one of our team members. See how this member's timeline got auto-adjusted to leave some of the tasks outside the sprint interval? These start dates are outside of this sprint interval, and if I open any of these tasks in the sprint section, we will see that it is not assigned to any sprint. Their sprint names will get changed automatically by our system when they fall inside a sprint interval. Let's take a look at how sprints are created in Task Sensor. We'll go to the settings page, and here we can see a list of project names. We'll select the one that we're working on right now, which is called the Feature Update Project. I'll click on this Sprints button, choosing Create New Sprint, and choose a name. Let's say we want our sprint to start on June 24 and run for 2 weeks until July 7. We'll select a representative for this sprint, and then select the start date and end date. To finish up, I'll click the Add button. Now this sprint is created, and we'll go back to our project. This is the sprint I just created, and as you can see, we already had these tasks here before creating this new sprint. In Task Sensor, it doesn't matter whether you've created the task before or after the sprint creation. If a task start dates are inside any sprint interval, those tasks are automatically going to be considered part of that sprint. So now if I open any of these tasks, we can see that the sprint section has the name of the sprint that I've just created. Sprints are created per project, meaning whenever you create a sprint for a project, all of your project initiative boards are also going to have those sprints. So your sprints are going to apply to all of your initiative boards. If I go to Kanban or List View, you can see your task sprint badges on every task card to show which sprint they belong to. In your task, if your task is split and those segments are in different sprints, you can see the sprint badge showing which sprint those segments are in. If we click on these 3 dots and select Group by Sprint, you can organize your task group by their sprint. So now I know that the first sprint contains 22 tasks, and the other sprint that I've just created in this video contains 4 tasks. That's a little bit about how sprints work in Task Sensor, but stay tuned for next time for more exciting features. Thank you.